Well, hi there. You might be wondering who this guy is talking in front of the camera, wearing a leather jacket and sitting here. Well, I am Jensen Huang, the founder and CEO of the most valuable company in this entire world. That is none other than NVIDIA. You might be wondering how this guy became so much big, more than a celebrity right now. My launch events are considered like a concerts. People now call me the modern day Steve Jobs. But the difference only here is that I am more valuable than his company. But how? How did I become so much big? What is the story of NVIDIA? Who am I? And how did I become so much bigger than the celebrity?
Ready, go!
Once upon a time, it was all fun and games. NVIDIA started off by making chips for video game machines. Graphics became serious business when people started using NVIDIA for blockbuster movies, medical imaging devices, and the world's most powerful supercomputers. And then one day, researchers discovered that our technology was perfect for AI.
NVIDIA was started in 1993 with three engineers coming together, that is Jensen, Huang, Chris Malachowski and Curtis R. Priams. All of them were working in design manufacturing chips and graphic architecture. But after some time, they all wanted to quit their job because the kind of chip they were making in that company was really outdated in the industry. So they both, that is Chris Malachowski and Curtis R. Priam, wanted to start a company and wanted to make a new thing in the industry. So they both went ahead and asked his friend to join their company, that is Jensen Huang. But initially Jensen rejected the offer as he was having a stable job and a family to look after. After a long time of convincing, finally Jensen agreed to them and he gone ahead to ask what the company is about. And to discuss what the company is about, they went ahead to make a historic meeting in the historic place, that is.
And so we came here, right here to this Denny's, sat right back there, and the three of us decided to start the company. Frankly, I had no idea how to do it, and nor did they. None of us knew how to do anything.
And then they discussed what the company is about and what the future will be. But all of them were very clear that they wanted to build a company around the PC sector and the computer sector. And this was the time when owning a PC was a luxury to brag about. But the funny fact is that they didn't had any PC. They didn't own any PC. So they had to buy a PC in order to start a company.
But one of the biggest problems that NVIDIA faced in the starting of its company is that there were so much big companies in the market that had millions of dollars in their bank account, which they used thoroughly in the R&D department in this graphic designing and chip manufacturing sector. So NVIDIA wanted to bifurcate with them. It was like going into an ocean, going into a deep ocean with a lot of sharks around them. They wanted to stand out against all of these sharks. So they had a vision. The vision was to go into the gaming sector. Now you might be wondering why gaming sector? And I'm talking about the time when it was very hard of even having a computer, and this company was focusing on going into the video gaming sector. The main reason was because they thought that this can be the biggest sector in the future to come around.
Yes, they thought of making graphic cards for video games, which they also had secured some investments to with contacts of Jensen that he was having from Silicon Valley for a long time. But there was a huge problem, that is they have to make a really unique product to stand out in the crowd. Because the investor of Sequoia Capital, that is Don Valentine, had told them that, "Don't waste my money or I'll kill you." The company had to make a product to make some profits, right? So they worked really hard and put all the efforts, and they finally created a product that is NV1, and that was released in the market in 1995. But initially the product was really a failure because the features they were providing was really high. But the main problem was it was really expensive for the buyers. Like the product they produced were 250,000 NV1. Only 1,000 of products was sold. It is really a failure for them at the initial point itself. And at initial point they were at the edge of being bankrupt.
But until 1997, they have already worked on their mistakes and failures that they had faced in the past in the creation of NV1, and they created another big product that might be a game changer for them, which was Riva 128, which indeed was a game changer for NVIDIA back in that time. And Riva was one of the biggest game changer product for the NVIDIA. Riva integrated 2D and 3D animations in real time, which was higher than the market standards. The market was blown away by this product and it became an instant hit once it was released in the market. For just in comparison, Riva 128 sold around 1 million units as compared to the 1000 units that were sold in the time of NV1. It gave NVIDIA a biggest boost, and NVIDIA was no longer a small failure company that failed during the NV1. It became one of the biggest competitor in the market during the Riva 128. Not only this, it gave NVIDIA one of the biggest money to build even such higher products. After Riva 128, NVIDIA went ahead with the classifications in their R&D department. They went on to create one more game changer product, and that is Riva TNT, which performed even higher tasks. And for sure, this was one of the greatest hit that was created by NVIDIA at that point of time, which went ahead to become a market hit for the company. This was one of the embarking successes that NVIDIA saw in the beginning of its company. And finally, in January 1999, it went ahead and became a publicly listed company, which gave them even more money to invest and even more money to create more such kind of graphical products.
But the game changed for NVIDIA when Microsoft got a deal for NVIDIA that is worth of $200 million. And that time, the video gaming was really booming in the industry, and every other company wanted a bite of it. And same with Microsoft, it went on to create most iconic product, that is Xbox. And to create that Xbox, they wanted an extraordinary graphic card suitable for video games. And what better than NVIDIA, which mainly focuses to create graphic cards for video games. They both made a deal worth around $200 million, which really helped the NVIDIA to expand its empire even more. With the help of this deal, NVIDIA went on acquiring more and more companies in the market of graphic card, and hence they expanded their empire even higher. And everything was going right. After the deal they signed from the Microsoft, there was no looking back for this company. The main turning point came when they generated $1 billion of revenue in the early 2000s. And after this, everything was really smooth. They were generating profits from data structures, the graphic card centers, and other companies they acquired. But this isn't the story of NVIDIA. The real story, the real rise of NVIDIA was started from creating the product, the killer product, that is CUDA. C-U-D-A, CUDA.
But what is this CUDA? What game changer move that this CUDA did in the company of NVIDIA? What are the strategies that the company used in order to use this CUDA to its 100%? How did CUDA help NVIDIA to go from 1 to 2 to $3 trillion company in just few years, that is from 2020 to 2024?
Our GPUs, because of CUDA, is both an acceleration platform for many domains of applications, from image processing to particle physics to quantum. Announced recently some work that we've been doing in quantum. We're doing incredible work in quantum computing as a quantum emulator, all the way to an intelligence emulator. We call it artificial intelligence.
Well, in 2006, CUDA was created. It was treated like a normal product of any other normal product of NVIDIA. But here is the catch. And the catch is that CUDA had a very special technique, and that is it processed the data very much quicker as compared to any of the processing units in the market. And this CUDA was a game changer for the AI in the upcoming future. Before this, we have to first understand how AI works. Well, AI works on the thing called as deep learning. The meaning of deep learning is that the more data you feed to the AI, the more and the better that the AI can get. This is all about AI. And one more thing that AI is that you need a very fast processing unit in order to calculate the data even faster for any other AI. For example, the more faster the AI can process the data, the more efficient the AI can get. And CUDA played a very prominent role in the processing of this data for the AI. And most of the companies right now are using till date the CUDA technology in order to process the data and in order to train the AI for them. And back in that time, CUDA was being used by all the other computer science students. And by looking at this insane change that CUDA can make in the world of AI, Jensen saw it as an opportunity to get into the market of AI and machine learning. He invested huge amount of money in this market. So he secured a big amount of investments from other capital investors in order to research more about this AI. He hired the best researchers to learn even more about this AI back in the 2010s only. This was the rise of the interest of AI in Jensen and the NVIDIA, and the company was preparing a lot of products in the market of AI.
Fast forward to 2022. This was the rise of AI in the whole world, and OpenAI, which was the biggest contributor. And do you know that OpenAI also uses the data center of NVIDIA in order to run their company? And still, the CUDA is being used in many all other sectors of AI, because NVIDIA had already invested a lot of money into AI. Right now, it has been the biggest, and it is the only company which provides such fast computer processors for all other AI companies. This is the main sole reason why it is being valued so much. The answer is because of AI and the growing market of AI in the whole world. Not only this, it is also planning to invest more in AI sector in the future too, and to become one of the most dominant player in the AI sector.
This was the story of Jensen, who is celebrated like a celebrity all across the world, where people come up to him and ask for his photographs, where his just launch events of the graphic card is celebrated like in concert, which is not less than any other celebrity or any other big singers' concerts. The story of NVIDIA is really inspiring. It really indeed motivates all of us to kind of start this kind of company that is NVIDIA. There are three main lessons that you can learn from this case study. The first lesson that you should learn is that by taking continuous action and by taking the risk, you can end up in making the best decision of your life. In the case of NVIDIA, if Jensen didn't take the risk of quitting his job, starting his own company, then NVIDIA wouldn't have been formed and we wouldn't have been seeing a billionaire celebrated like a celebrity at this point of time. Most important lesson that we learn from this case study is that if you look at the entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk and Jensen, we'll see that one thing in common in all of them, and that is that they have a clear vision about the future. In the case of NVIDIA, he already knew that AI is going to be a biggest market in the upcoming future. So he invested highly in this sector, and right now he is getting the result that he wanted to get. So not only having a clear vision, being futuristic, but also executing towards your ideas, towards your vision is very important. In the case studies of NVIDIA, we saw that how having a vision and executing the plan in a proper way can lead to one of the biggest and a game changer company in this entire world. This was worth listening, the story of NVIDIA.
But this was all about foreign companies. If you want to know the Indian companies, which are the backbone of India, backbone of Indian economy, you should watch this playlist. We have covered Ambani, Adani, and our favorite Ratan Tata. Till then, be curious, keep learning. You're watching Worth It.